everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I am really excited to share this video with you guys. I've never done anything like this on my channel before, but I'm really happy with it. Really happy with the way it turned out, and I hope I can edit it together the way I'd like to and just love it even more. So right here behind me, I did I don't know if you can technically call this a gallery wall, but that's what I was calling it when I was thinking about what I was wanting to do. So we've been really obsessed with Marvel in this house. We've always had kind of like a slight obsession, especially from my sister. But then I started getting into it, and then once I get into something and I'm obsessed with it, I want it surrounding me, I guess, if that doesn't sound a little weird. I've always had this slight obsession with Marvel, and then about this past year and being in quarantine, and that's kind of what we focused on, was movies and TV and what are they gonna do next. And remember when Falcon and Winter Soldier premiered, we were so excited. We watched it every Friday night. I got off of work, sat down, tea, dinner, watched it, and I loved it. Same thing with WandaVision. I was just so excited to see the new content and see the different ways that Marvel was putting content out. Just to say, I have binge watched a lot of Marvel within the past year and a half, because we're already halfway through this year. And I just had this idea, and I searched Etsy, went through so many different people, then I finally found the seller that I bought these prints from. I'll have everything up on the screen right now. I really love the way these prints look. They're really great quality. They're really good, really love them. And for $26 is what I got when I bought these. I think I paid a little over $30, maybe right at $30, being that including shipping as well. Now, since I have bought these and film these videos, she actually has 2 more prints that she's added into this Marvel collection she's added Shang-Chi and Loki, so a couple more on there now. I think I'm gonna wait for her to get a couple more, and then I'll buy what I'm missing. I'll definitely have everything from her linked in the description box, and I will definitely have the frames that I bought linked in the description box. I'm showing you guys, I'm sure. They are from the Dollar Tree. I did buy them in bulk. I honestly don't know if it was worth it to buy through the Dollar Tree, because I was doing it to save money, because I did need good amount of frames. But shipping with the 2 boxes that I bought were pretty expensive. I think I would have paid about the same if I would have bought better quality frames and had them shipped to my house. Because I know eventually I'm going to have to switch these frames out, because I did have a lot of issues with them because they are so cheap. They are pretty poor quality, but up here on the wall they actually look quite nice. So a lot of the pieces on the back of them kept coming off. So some of these are being held in by tape. So I'm definitely going to have to redo the frames at some point. I was just trying to do this on a budget, when I probably didn't really have to. I could have in the end found some better quality frames. So if you want to go my route, buy from the Dollar Tree. If not, I definitely recommend maybe finding some better quality. My Walmart didn't have any. I didn't check Target, but Amazon, always a great option. So I'm really excited to share this with you guys. I really hope you guys enjoy this video, and I can't wait to do more things like this in the future. So I guess let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, so really quickly, I would like to talk about these picture frames, because at the beginning I said I was really trying to do this in a budget-friendly way. That's why I got these from the Dollar Tree. And honestly, I don't think this ended up being too budget friendly, because after ordering 2 boxes from the Dollar Tree, they were $12 a box because I got 12 picture frames. I paid over $40 after shipping. Shipping was super fast. I ordered it on a Sunday, got them on a Tuesday. Only one came broken, which was fine because I had already bought extra frames from my Dollar Trees in my town. But these were worse quality than I was expecting. Like, I wasn't expecting amazing quality because it was the Dollar Tree, but these are pretty bad. Like, a lot of the pieces to hold the backing in just kept falling off, and I was like, okay, whatever. I put little pieces of tape on them. It helped. After I hung all these on my wall, I woke up the next morning and one of them had fallen. The backing completely came off. Thankfully, the glass didn't break. Um, and then the next morning, it happened again. So these aren't even strong enough to be like held on a wall. Like, they just keep falling. So I am going to be ordering new frames and switching them out. I will definitely put the frames that I order from Amazon in the description box. It is going to end up being a lot more than what I paid for these, but I guess if I want the quality, you gotta pay more, which is something I just need to get over. And I'm really excited to get new frames because, yeah, I really want this to be finished and I want it to look amazing. So I will definitely link the frames that I get down below, and maybe not go the budget friendly way and get frames from the Dollar Tree. This is one product from the Dollar Tree I can truly say I will never buy again. No matter what I need a picture frame for, I will not be going to the Dollar Tree no matter what, because this was just awful, and I'm pretty sure any type of frames from them would not be good. Plus, this took us so long to go through because me and my sister had to take all of these frames apart, clean them all, and then every time we would put all the backings back on, it's like little cardboard fibers kept coming down into the frames, so the little border piece looks dirty, even though we've literally wiped down every inch of these frames. We wiped down all the paper, the glass, the actual frames. I even had to scrape stuff off the glass, like hot glue or something. Like, you'll see me grab a razor. So honestly, just too much work for the little effort this was supposed to be, because this was supposed to be a very simple decor thing, and I was expecting the only difficult part to be actually getting them hung up on my wall, which that proved to be easier than actually getting these frames cleaned up. So don't buy Dollar Tree frames, shop on Amazon. I couldn't find them in Walmart where I live, but definitely Amazon is the best option. So just wanted to hop in here and say that because super disappointed with these frames. Alright, so I'm back. So right now I'm just lining everything up on my bed in timeline order just so it's easier. That's how I decided to hang these, were timeline order instead of by the phases. But this did spark a little debate between me and my sister, and I'm curious to know what other people think. So you'll see when they're up on my wall the timeline order that I put them in, obviously. But so we were talking about how the new things are going to fit into the timeline, and we were talking about how Black Widow is supposed to take place after Captain America Civil War, but there are so many things that happen right after Captain America Civil War that I just didn't know where to put it. So I ended up putting it after Black Panther. Don't know if that's right, but then that started us talking about Loki, which, by the way, if you haven't watched the first episode of Loki, it was really good, and I thought it was incredibly sad. But I'm really love the way it is. But anyway, where does that fit into the timeline? Is it supposed to go separate? Because technically it is a timeline of its own outside of a timeline. If you haven't seen Loki, sorry. So yeah, it's like, where does this stuff fit in? So I know I'm definitely going to have to rearrange some of these once I get more, but I'm just curious to see what other people think, especially when it comes to Loki. Like, when I get the Loki one, do I include it in this little set, or do I give it its own little thing off to the side? Just want to know. Let me know. And I'm going to try to describe the easiest way possible how we did this measuring. I was all over the place. I needed help. When it comes to measuring, my sister has to be the one that helps me. So what we did is I measured out how long across all the picture frames would be lined up. So how long the rows were going to be, including the 1-inch space that I wanted in between each frame. And then we got a piece of tape that we knew would be long enough, and then we started marking it. So we marked the width of the picture frame, and then we marked the 1 inches in between each frame. So we marked each side of the frame a 1-inch mark, and then each side of a frame, and then we just used this piece of tape for every single row. Now, 100% honest, these are not straight, these are not even. I still love the way they look. Honestly, if you're just looking at them on the wall, you kind of can't tell. I mean, I can kind of see the unevenness in the video, but that's me. I'm the one that did them, so I'm gonna nitpick it. All right, so here is the finished wall. I really love this. It's exactly what I was picturing in my mind, and as you guys saw, she actually already has more prints, and I already told you that as well. So there's actually room for me to grow, rearrange, do what I need to do. So yes, I really love them. I think they look amazing. I think we did pretty good trying to get them all even. I know they are not 100% even by any means. Like, just looking at these two, I know they're not, but I've never done anything really like this before. So I think for this being my first time, and my sister's too, doing something like this, I really like the way it turned out. I do have these put in timeline order. That's why Black Widow, even though it hasn't been released yet, I believe it does take place before Infinity War, because it takes place after Civil War. So I wasn't quite sure where to put it. And also, I'm probably going to have to rearrange these when more comes out. Loki, like, where do I put Loki? Do I put him after the Avengers? Because that's the timeline he came from. But technically, we see him do that in Endgame. So do I put that after Endgame? This is the debate me and my sister were having. So let me know what you guys think about that, because if I'm putting these in timeline order, where do they go? I mean, and also stuff like Thor Ragnarok is kind of happening like probably around the same time Black Widow is. I don't quite know though, probably not. Maybe this actually is before. Some timelines just are a little I'm just uncertain about some of them, but overall I'm really happy with the way this turned out. I hope you guys like it. I know this is a very different video than what I post, and I hope you guys understood the way I did it. I know I didn't show a lot of the process of us measuring it out, but I hope you guys understand the tape thing that we did, because I think that really saved us from things being too incredibly uneven. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel before you leave, turn on the notification bells, and I think that's it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.